You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, back. Rodrance for Black and White Live. As you know, on this channel, we have been following the New England Patriots. Why? Because they've got one hell of a quarterback battle going on in training camp. And, of course, I've made my feelings perfectly clear. I believe that former Alabama star quarterback Mac Jones is going to beat out Cam Newton for that starting QB job, even though, of course, Cam is the veteran. Cam is the former NFL MVP, although I always think that MVP is one of the most debatable MVPs in the history of football. And we've got a little news over their progress from day 3 of Patriots training camp, and also a little bit to do with Nelson Agholor showing out. We know wide receiver has been one of the biggest weaknesses of the New England Patriots. Guys like N'Keal Harry, Jacoby Myers hadn't been great either. Let's be real, and that showed up in training camp yesterday as well. So let's get to this story, and that way we can talk about these quarterbacks a little bit. Cam Newton and Mac Jones both shine on day 3. The Patriots certainly ramped up the intensity on Friday afternoon. We had our first Foxborough scrap of the year as the Virgin got into it with someone during 11-on-11s. 2 were in each other's face before sides were broke up. That's what I like to see, is guys flat-ass fighting. On a side note, by the way, Jared Stidham had back surgery. They threw him on the PUP list. There was still no contact with pads coming on Tuesday, but a lot of 11-on-11. Here's the quarterback takeaways. It was arguably the best day for both Cam Newton and Mac Jones, and it was clear that the offense won the day. Cam Newton started out 1 for 3 with a overthrow to Nelson Agholor on a deep crosser, then had a screen batted down to James White. From that point on, he was laser sharp, though, finishing 12 for 17, leaning heavily on Jonnu Smith and Nelson Agholor. There's no doubt the Patriots have light years better offensive weapons going into this season than they had last year. We've been quite critical of N'Keal Harry, as you know. Mac Jones' deep ball and ball placement were on display on Friday afternoon. He finished the day only 8 for 18, but was plagued by 3 drops. 2 to Jacoby Myers, that's not surprising, and 1 to Agholor. On the Agholor drop, Jones sat in the pocket and dropped it right into the bucket with the receiver, having 2 to 3 yards of separation on the play. So, Nelson Agholor, in other words, dropped a deep bomb from Mac Jones. His best throw of the day was to Kendrick Bourne on a corner route to the back of the end zone. Bourne was working out of the slot, and Jones placed the pass in perfectly for a touchdown. Following the practice, both Newton and Jones spoke to the media and described their relationship together. The veteran had nothing but praise for the rookie, and Jones looking forward to, quote, making each other better and helping each other win games. There is a quarterback competition brewing in New England, but it's clear that it's a healthy one. They also go on to note Nelson Agholor is going to pay off some real dividends. Nelson Agholor has been the best wide receiver on the field by a landslide. Let's be honest, it's not a real high bar up there. The Patriots' big money investment has certainly caught the eyes of everyone down in Gillette due to his downfield speed and ability to separate. He had 6 catches on Friday. 2 of them were highlight reel type plays. Both were on passes from Cam Newton, one on a deep route where he went up and got it, and one a 50-50 ball, the other on full extension, plucking it out of the midair. The Patriots had not had a playmaker consistent separator on the outside since Brandon Cooks in 2017, but Agholor is showing he's worth the investment. Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry, both of them showed out yesterday, and Jonnu had 5 catches. Look, the Patriots are going to be light years better on offense than they were last year. They were a total dumpster fire. There were times when Cam Newton flashed, and then there were times where he looked like the worst quarterback in all of football, without a doubt. I've been vocal about the fact I think Mac Jones wins this job ultimately because I think there's a premium on two things in the Patriots offense. One, the ability to take care of the ball and not turn it over. The other is being highly accurate. And, of course, Mac Jones had a 77% completion percentage coming out of Alabama with the Crimson Tide. So, I still think that's Jones' job to lose. But there is a wild card here. We haven't discussed it much. It's the fact that Belichick does put a premium on veterans, or could put a premium on a veteran. And Cam Newton might get a shot. And if he does, I believe it will be something to the effect of about the first 4 to 5 games of the year Cam Newton would start, and then we might see Mac Jones come in. We know the Patriots and Bill Belichick like to run a system where the first 4 or 5 weeks of the year is an experimental phase on that team. Every year, sometimes the Patriots start out 2-2, and every year everybody talks about the demise of the Patriots, and then they turn it around. And why? It's because Belichick's been messing with everything on the team during that period. Look, the Patriots are going to be a lot better this year. Dante Hightower's coming back after he set out. They need to get the Stephon Gilmore situation situated, but I am not too sure people understand the coaching job that Belichick pulled off last year as they went to battle with a bunch of yard chairs out there. Okay, that team didn't have a lot of talent, and they still won 7 games. It was a hell of a underrated coaching job. I still think the Patriots could do something in the neighborhood of 10 to 11 wins this year. I truly believe it. If Cam Newton even flashes, if Mac Jones starts, this team's got so much more talent on offense, and they're getting 4 or 5 defensive players back after they sit out from lockdown, or COVID lockdown for them anyway. Tell me what you think, Black and White Live fans. If you're a Patriots fan, you might know to hit subscribe. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.